If you have come across this video, it is no coincidence. So please take just 6 minutes to watch this video. Whoever you are, you need what you are about to hear. I promise you that when this short video is over, you will feel great. And what you are about to hear will change the way you see yourself forever. Are you ready? The old wise man went to the forest in the morning to think deeply, and retreated to the shade of a tree that was as old as he was. At that moment, he heard a crow perched on a dry branch and crying. The wise man asked in a compassionate voice, "Why are you crying?" The crow's voice was heavy with despair. He said, "I am the most wretched of all creatures. Children throw stones at me. Dogs chase me from their yards. They say my black feathers are a sign of death. I survive on garbage and leftover food. And even then people chase me. I wish I had never existed. I wish I could not exist." The wise man smiled with understanding. After a moment of silence, he spoke. "You cannot control what others think or how they should treat you. When you wish for everything to go according to your wishes, and the reality is different from your expectations, that is when you start to feel sad. So could it be that your current sadness is not due to the events themselves, but to what you think should have happened? But I will help you anyway, dear crow. I can put an end to your suffering. Tell me, if you had the power to change your nature, what would you choose to be?" The crow answered without hesitation, "A swan. A pure white swan. Everyone loves swans. They are pure, graceful, and lovely. Before you rush to change your nature for someone else's, I want you to talk to a swan," replied the wise man. "See if what looks beautiful on the outside brings peace to the inside. Go and talk to the creatures you admire. Find out if they have the happiness you seek." For the first time, hope shone in the crow's eyes. First, he flew to the nearby lake, where a swan was floating on the surface of the water. He went up to him and said, "Hello, my dear swan, you must surely know the happiness I seek. Your feathers are as pure as snow, and poets write verses about your grace. You must be the happiest bird in the world." The swan's graceful neck drooped slightly. "But I am not happy," he replied. "There are many beautiful colors in the world, but I am only white. If you knew how I envy the parrot's colors. All day long I am nothing but white against the white clouds. I am barely seen, barely remembered. The parrot, that magnificent bird with rainbow feathers, must know true happiness only." Then the crow began to fly in search of a parrot. After a short while, he found the parrot in a flowering tree. He perched next to it and said, "You are so colorful and beautiful that you must be the happiest bird in the world." The silent parrot stopped fluffing its bright feathers. He replied, "These colors are my curse. People cage us for our beauty. Even in this forest, I live in constant fear of trappers. But the peacock is not like us. I think there is no bird that knows happiness better than it. It is so magnificent that not only is it beautiful, but people worship and protect it." The crow flew for miles in a panic and hurried away until he found the peacock in a temple garden. The temple visitors were offering flowers and food to this magnificent bird. "Finally," thought the crow, "I finally found a bird that was happy." When the people left, the crow approached the peacock and said, "My dear peacock, you are so beautiful that thousands of people come here to see you. On the other hand, when people see me, they immediately run away in fear. You must be the happiest bird in the world." But when the crowd dispersed, the truth came out. The peacock lived behind the walls, his feet tied with golden chains, and he answered as he walked towards his cage, "I used to think that I was the most beautiful and happiest bird in the world. But I was locked in this cage because of my beauty. When people come here, they call what they do worship. But this is a prison of admiration. They pluck my colorful feathers, and it hurts a lot. On top of that, they force me to dance. Do you know what I dream of, dear crow? I dream of flying freely, of choosing my own path. When I see you soaring in the sky, going wherever you want, my heart is bursting with jealousy. I wish I could be free like you. The crow was suddenly shocked. He didn't know what to say. But everyone hates me, he shouted. The peacock gave a deep sigh and added, "This is your freedom. No one puts in a cage what he doesn't envy. No one can bind what he doesn't admire. Your black feathers are your wings of freedom." As if no time had passed, the crow returned to the old sage sitting in the shade of the old tree. "Now I'm starting to understand," he said.